I was not planning on making this video today, but here we are. Something feels off. Now, I'm mostly making this video to express, you know, um, sort of what I've noticed in the world recently, but I'm also making this video to explain how I plan to sort of try to at least fix some of the modern day's problems, at least in my own life, and how you might be able to implement this yourself. And that is that something's off. Something just doesn't feel right. And I don't know if you've noticed this yourself, but when you look around in this, modern time, something's missing. And I don't think it's just me that notices this. Never before in human history have we been this distant from the real world. Right? When man first was created, whatever you believe about evolution, whatever, I don't care. But when man, like the dawn of mankind, right? We were made to live in nature. We were made to live in communion with the creation of God, whether we evolved that way or whether we were created in the Garden of Eden with Adam and Eve, we don't know, right? We'll never 100% know everything for sure. But whatever you believe, the fact is still there that religion and science both agree that we're not made to live like this. For all of human history, right? Humanity has been around for, I believe it's, you can correct me if I'm wrong, it's either 20,000, no, 200, yeah, humanity has been around for 200,000 years. If I'm wrong, you can hate me in the comments, or I can just write it in there, probably in the description of the video. But 200,000 years humanity has been on this earth, right? At least humanity in the form it is today. Civilization has only been around for 10,000 years. Literally a snap of your fingers in the grand scheme of, human existence, right? All of human history, all of written human history is literally a snap of your fingers in the grand scheme of human existence. That's all it is. And yet, in that time, we have become the most dominant species on this planet, but also the most unnatural. All animals on this earth share something with each other, and that is the fact that they live in the natural world, that they are connected to it, that their actions affect the actions of life around them. And I'm not saying to go out into the wild and become cavemen. If you really want to, you can, but we are so incredibly detached from where we used to be. It's truly unrecognizable. Just 10,000 years ago, we were, digging up roots with sticks and hunting deer with spears. So now we've domesticated animals to the point where they are unrecognizable to their natural counterparts. We created the pug. We turned one of the most ferocious and most feared predators on this planet, the wolf, into I don't even know what the pug is. Like a pig looking dog that's so completely and utterly helpless that it cannot survive without humans. That's how far detached we've become from this modern day, from the past, from what we were brought up to be. Whether this is a good thing or a bad thing, I don't know. But something seems wrong, right? I don't know if if you're watching this video, you probably noticed the deer head, and there's another one there, right? So I'm a hunter, and this morning it was the second day of deer season, well, rifle season anyway, and being out there and watching the sunrise and watching the animals come out and watching, deer, obviously, like watching bucks chase does around. It was just, I looked outside the window of the deer stand and there was a bird just looking right at me, and it was a magical moment. And I've realized that most people don't get to experience this. Most people, like the majority of human beings on Earth, don't ever see this, because the majority of human beings on Earth live in cramped, congested cities with air pollution. The only animals you ever see are pigeons and squirrels and a pug. But I realized out there that this is how man lived for most of their existence. The majority of our ancestors, that's how they lived. They watched the sunrise in the morning. They interacted with animals, they interacted with nature. They were a part of the natural world. They were a part of what God created. But now the majority of people just live in a concrete box, 20 stories up, probably never even seen a deer. This might be the closest thing you ever get. I'm not saying this to be sad or to, bog down you and, make your day not as good, but I think for all of us, it needs to be a goal. For me, was a goal for a long time. It's one of the inspirations for this YouTube channel is to be out in the natural world, to be a part of nature, to spend more time in the creation of God, because the truth is, that's how we're supposed to live. And so when you separate human beings from that, if you separate any animal from nature, if you take I don't know if you ever noticed this, but wild animals, when they're taken to the zoo's job and priority to keep that animal healthy is to simulate its natural environment as close as possible. So its enclosure is obviously made to resemble the environment as much as possible, but also feel like the environment as much as possible. It's why penguins in the zoo are kept in their own little concrete building, and it's very cold in there because penguins obviously need cold, and they have water and ice and all sorts of stuff. And I believe the predators, they do their best to simulate hunts, like have the food be in weird locations to have them sniff and find it. The zoos get it. They understand that animals, like living creatures, need to be kept in an environment where they're naturally evolved to be. But why aren't we like that? Why aren't human beings like that? Because our natural environment is not this, right? My natural environment is not a house, right? It's not, enclosed in drywall. Even though it seems like that, because this is where I've lived for my whole life. But that's not the 100% natural life that we are meant to live. And again, I'm not saying to go out there and become a caveman and to live in the wild. If you want to, you can. But I'm not going to, say that you have to do that. What I'm saying is that we as human beings need to make nature cool again. We need to go out there and spend time, like as masculine men who are in self-improvement, right? Because that's the focus of this YouTube channel, is self-improvement. We love setting goals, right? We love setting goals. We love achieving goals. We like having plans to achieve those goals. Why don't we make one of those goals to live a more natural life? And if you live in a big, huge city, chances are that city has a park, right? So if I were you, and you actually are going to take this to heart and actually make it one of your goals to live a slightly more natural life than usual, spend some time there. Whether it be just once a week or once a month, just spend some time there. Make it a part of your routine to spend some time there, whether it be getting up. Me personally, I love getting up early and seeing the sun come up, and whether it be going for a run or an early morning cold plunge, but a lot of people aren't like that. I love seeing the sun come up. I love seeing it crest over the trees. I love hearing the animals. That's part of my attempt to reconnect with nature, right? For you, it could be different. But whatever it is, understand this is important, right? This is important because the natural world, that is our biological home. For most of human existence, that's where we lived. So make your ancestors proud and go home. Maybe not always, but just occasionally. Spend some time there. That's all I got for today. May God bless you and stay wild.